Yes. Oh, man, it's Midday with Moss. So what's up, everybody? I'm definitely kind of a big deal. The time, 3:08, Friday, May 15th, the day we were all waiting for to come out of quarantine. But before we answer that question, let's bring in my co-host, Todd Bavona.
Yo, good afternoon, everybody. Moss O'Donnell, what up, buddy?
What's up? What's up? Let's bring on our favorite geek, Christina Geek.
Oh, I did my makeup before the show this time, Russ.
It's good. It's good. And the man, the myth, the legend. I didn't want Christina to be the only one in a tank top, so.
I think you should just do the show like that. I think it works. I think it goes.
Oh, Marie, you got the.
Does yours have the cute little tie, though?
No, I don't have.
That's funny.
You were right, You were right, Moss. The STK isn't coming until tomorrow.
Yeah, Saturday delivery.
Why? Why'd they change it? I thought it was Friday.
They refused to deliver to Democrats on Fridays. We only started. What's up, Janet? So
what up?
I'll put my shirt on because I don't think it's appropriate. So we got my good friend Janet, Juliana's restaurant on the feed. If anyone's interested, great restaurant.
Oh, there. is that Janet from Juliana's?
Yeah,
on Highland.
Yes, you know her.
I love Juliana's. Yeah, we used to go there a lot. And then when we had the babies, we kind of stopped going out as much. But we used to go there. My brother had his engagement party there. We used to go constantly. I love that place. And they have a salad called the Scotch salad, which is named after my friend Jim's father-in-law.
Oh, really?
Yes. That if it's not on the menu, but if you order the Scotch salad, they know what it is. And
but what if she doesn't want to do it for anybody? She only wants to do it for you. Now you just blow up a spot.
Don't order the Scotch salad, people.
Janet, don't worry, Janet. He's not one of us. But what else is going on, everybody? Everyone good?
Loving the weather.
So I was so excited. It's May 15th. The COVID-19 was supposed to be done and over with. The quarantine was supposed to be over with. And we're back in the house until June 13th.
That's my mom's birthday.
Unless we hit some criteria set forth by Mr. Governor.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully the numbers drop even more and we hit all that criteria and everyone gets their asses in gear and gets ready. Mike, you're muted. Why?
I'm on a Zoom meeting like you doing tech support right now. I'll be right done.
Oh, okay.
He's actually working. He's working. So
he's working. That's fine.
We're going to keep this episode to 45 minutes.
Nice.
We got a lot of information to give out tonight. Tom Bannis. Let's talk about this. Tom Bannis is giving out $500, $250 roll and $250 ad to buy to a $5 buying game at 9. So just about, I guess, 8 o'clock. Bannis is going live.
Are you going on?
I was only going on at 7 to take viewers away from you know who.
Who?
Janet said she'll do the Scotch salad for everybody. Everybody. Yeah,
I guess
they're doing delivery. Janet, are you guys doing delivery? I haven't had Juliana's in a while. I think
I know they do.
Juliana's.
Juliana's is
Highland Boulevard across from where La Bella used to be. What bank is that? M&T?
Oh, what's the street? I should know the side street. Oh my God.
It's by Guy. No, it's a block away.
What's that street? Janet, help us out. It's Highland and what? What's the side street there? I know it's between Nelson and Armstrong, the major street. But what's the short street that we always call
the street? Oakdale? No, definitely not Oakdale. Olympia?
No, it's not Olympia. Maybe it is Olympia. 4105
Highland Boulevard, across from the M&T Bank. Can't think. I can't think of what that street is, and the guy's using my computer, so I can't take over. We're actually getting tech support for one of our software applications, so he's controlling my computer to see what's going on.
Cool.
You need help.
It's a software that we pay for, and something's not working right, and
there you go.
Into what?
Osborne.
Osborne, yes, I knew it was
Osborne.
Yeah, they're so Juliana's is delicious. The waiter that we always have, Rob, I think is his name.
Oh, Rob's great.
Yeah, he very good. Everyone's always. I love going there. We haven't been there in a while.
Oh, that's by that Tarot's crystal store.
Share my screen.
Yes. All right, hold on.
Share my screen.
Yeah, I can't. He's using my mouse.
I mean, not for nothing, bro. We go on 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night.
I don't know if it's going to happen anymore, though. I heard you guys. I was watching back Breakfast with Bloomy, and I heard the proposal. Maybe we should rethink how often the shows are done each week. I think it's a great discussion to be had.
So here's what I think we should do if we're thinking about it. And I told Moss that I kind of agree, but at the same point I don't really agree because I this is our therapy session. If we lose it, so maybe what we do is we put out a poll to our fans and let's have them decide. Do they think we should do a show every day, or does it make sense that we do like a Breakfast with Bloomy on Monday, a Midday with Moss on Tuesday, a Breakfast Bloomy Wednesday, a Midday Moss Thursday, and end the weeks with the Geeks on Friday, and that's it. We do.
There's a lot of episodes. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first, and I'm not a quitter, and I don't quit it anything yet. When we first started this, we knew this was going to go on for 2 months, right? We kind of all, being that we're on the 2 month mark now. You know, the reality is that during the day, like, we're going to have to start figuring things out. Like, people love you, Janet. You know, we're sitting here. My phone is nowhere near ringing as much as it used to. We're going to get a big push in the next couple of weeks to probably reschedule to the end of June. I am definitely, the event industry is definitely phase 4. And it may not make the most optimal sense for me to come here every day anymore. Maybe I pass my time doing something else. Maybe I, do some work around the house. Maybe I go help some friends. Like, I've been hanging in Montalbano, just helping them a little bit. But, I'm going to be honest, the amount of phone calls I take can be handled remotely from anywhere. And I sit here all day, and I actually think it's doing more harm than good for me, at least.
Just a sec.
I beg your pardon, miss?
So, I don't know. And I think that when we first started, we had a lot of good episodes. And then I think now we're having, with all due respect, I think we have, for every good episode we have 5 okay episodes. But if we still want to,
I don't know if I would go that far to say it's 5-1, but I get what you're saying.
We're just in a lull.
Well, maybe we get on a lull. That could be it too.
Maybe we really need and we stopped pushing for guests. And
listen, I dropped the bomb this week completely.
But you only do your own show. We haven't got guests on our show either. I haven't even tried. Like, I haven't reached out to anybody. So we both kind of dig it, And to be honest, like, you're kind of getting the opposite of not busy. I was getting very busy and just not doing stuff. Like, I've been telling you for 3 weeks I haven't billed people. I still haven't billed people. So, like, I'm gonna get and now this week has also been, things got changed because of what's going on with Nicole's grandmother and everything. So there's been a lot of times this week where I just stopped work at 3:00 or after the show. So this week has definitely been changed, but I'm okay doing it if we think people like it. And we come up with a format.
If Mark doesn't want to do it, if he sees
more
things that he could do with his time, that's another topic. You gotta want to be here. It's an obligation, you know.
Of course.
Do your thing, man. You know, it is what it is.
It's hard for me to do. Listen, Gotham after 10 o'clock at night is 10 o'clock at night. It's its own thing. But
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's the end of the workday.
It's the end.
Right.
Of the
I go and I come on usually on Gotham After Dark. I usually come in about 10:30, which is I almost like the idea. Maybe the way we do it, Moss, is we come in later, let him get his nonsense out. I'm sorry, it's not nonsense. Let you get your real production value that you like out that me and Moss don't like because we don't like that. We like to just shit stir and cause problems. So maybe the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes of Gotham After Dark is you being real, interviewing, and then we come in and 10:45 and let loose.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. And I think overall, I think it almost increases the value of the show if you make it less per week and you promote it. Like next week, maybe we promote in 2 weeks. Hey, once we get the viewer feedback of how often should Midday be versus how often should Bloomy be. But now there's a little bit more value. And it's like, oh, I can only watch Midday with Moss twice a week now and watch Bloomy twice a week now or whatever we decide, or 3 times a week, whatever you guys want to do. And I think that's a bigger draw. And then you add guests, and now you actually devote time to that show. And you have 2 guests on because you don't have 5 days to fill. You only have 3 or 2 or whatever it is. Whatever works, whatever it is, as long as you promote it accordingly and put it out there in posts and whatnot and promote it on these shows that, hey, don't forget, next week we're going to a new format. Midday's this, morning's that.
I think. Do you feel a chore to come here every Wednesday at 3 o'clock? Every day at 3 o'clock, Todd?
Do I feel it a chore?
He's not fair to answer because he doesn't come to every show.
No,
He makes appointments all the time around our show.
That appointment was made on me. That's when they were available.
All right,
I had to take the appointment. But no, I don't think it's a chore. I look forward to it, but there's sometimes when I find momentum after Bloomy and I'm working, I'm sending emails or I'm editing or I'm doing something. It's like, shit, I got to get to Midday. It's like that Midday. It's like, shit. Like sometimes I've noticed that.
I totally agree. And it takes me to get into a little bit to get into a rhythm. But I come into my rhythm, it's 2:45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and I get it because by the time we end the show, we eat lunch and it's all that.
You
What does it say?
Can't read it, pal.
A spider's silk is stronger.
What?
Wait. Oh my God. A spider's silk is stronger than steel.
Yes, this is true.
That's crazy.
Spider-Man, man.
But
so maybe one of the things, do we do it this way? And look, it's open for discussion, right?
Yeah.
And maybe do we take Breakfast for Bloomy, turn it into a 45-minute show, still do it 5 days, and do we turn Midday with Moss Tuesday and Thursday? Make that a more explosive show. Breakfast with Bloomy, we rarely have guests, and that's a show where we go over news, check how everyone's doing for the day. Midday with Moss be our interview show where we interview guests, and that's it, 2 guests a week. And Gotham After Dark, you do your interviews, your things, and then we come in for shenanigans later on in the afternoon.
Okay.
The Gotham doesn't bother me, but like I had a friend of mine that said, Moss, I'm starting a project. You know, are you interested in coming to help me for a week or 2? And I'm like, oh no, I got my show. And he's like, does the show pay you? And I was like, no. I'm like, but when I'm committed, I'm committed. I don't know. Right. But my biggest thing is groove. Like it takes a lot from, and you know what? If Mary O'Leary is watching, she would probably say, I get here 8:45. I fly through my work. I do a day's worth of work in 90 minutes. And then I kind of coast from like 10:30 to like 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, boom. I'm off to the races to 8 o'clock working. So maybe it's also me, and going, and I told Des, just going to bed at 3 o'clock at night every night is got to stop.
Yeah.
Are you going to bed that late?
Every night, Mike, after God. So she sits on the couch and, Des, remember, I love my wife. And, Des, she's got the kids all day. She has a classroom all day, 3, 4 o'clock. The kids are done with school. She lets them do whatever they want. She's kind of chilling out, doing her thing. Carly goes on the Peloton for an hour. Massimo goes on the Peloton for an hour. Des goes on the Peloton for the hour. We eat dinner like 7:30, 8 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, 9:30, who's taking baths? 10 o'clock, I go on Gotham. Desiree finally sits on the couch and like maybe she shops, maybe she just, she, what's the word called? Disconnect, diffuse.
Right. She's unraveling for the day.
Yeah. Winding down.
By 11:30, oh, you want to put a show on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with nothing else going on, it's not like, I got to get up for bed. I got to get up for work the next day. So, like last night, it was 2:48. It was 2 o'clock.
So you fell on the couch, though, right?
Oh, I'm out in 7 minutes.
But it's not the same because once you wake up in the middle of the night to move, that's it. Your whole sleep.
I'm up. Yeah.
So that's the problem, And listen, I commend Todd. Todd saw that there was a for him, whatchamacallit, like, he wanted to spend a little more time with his wife, so he took off 2 nights a week.
Yeah, but I have that luxury where I can hand it off to my partner, who's very capable and able of holding the show on his own, and he agreed. So I'm very lucky I could do that. And
I would have, if I was to go back into time, probably speaking, I should have probably taken the after dark slot. Because it would have probably made more sense. It's another option, Todd, if you want to do a flip flop for afternoons and nights.
I mean, I see you got your lineup tonight from 8 until 11. Yeah.
Well,
All right. Wait. So here's an idea.
I'm going to turn around and say that the middle of the day is hard for me because I'm the type of guy waiting around all day to do the show, and then it's like, now it's 4 o'clock. Shit. But I'm okay with it. I got to change my way.
Right. So then the other option is, I'm just throwing all ideas out there, right? Do we do maybe a Breakfast with Bloomy is the morning show, and maybe we don't have a midday show, and maybe it's 2 days a week is Moss After Dark, and 3 days a week or whatever it be. Because I will be honest with you, Todd, and I bet if you ask Graziuso, he doesn't like, he likes being the guy behind the scenes, right? He doesn't like being a host. Maybe Moss takes Tuesday and Thursday, and like that's Moss's show. We teach him StreamYard or whatever he wants.
I'm not worried about that. We can get Dave this and that.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I mean, right? That's what I mean. Because I would still come on, and maybe you do 2 and 2, and then maybe. So even if we did it that way, maybe we do it this way, right? Maybe it's Tuesday and Thursdays is Moss After Dark. Monday and Wednesday is Gotham After Dark, and you each do one afternoon show if you want to. Maybe Moss does one afternoon show. Maybe Gotham does one Wednesday show.
I got guests already lined up for next week. If this thing, for me, Todd, we ain't going back to work for a little bit of time, And it's going to get to a point where, we may have to find other ways to keep our time busy besides, doing what we're doing now. I think we run it, Memorial Day's next weekend. We run it the course of June. But, guys, my busiest 2 months of the year are June and October.
Wow. Yeah.
And let's be honest, I don't know how many viewers we have.
7 million right now.
And and out of the 7, Dave is probably 1, which is 6. And then we're all probably watching, right? So,
well, I'm not actually watching. Right. But yeah. So look,
maybe we just had a big week. But I'm seeing the viewership. I'm seeing it drop. I'm seeing myself being a little disconnected. So,
right. All right.
But it's an idea. It's something to throw around.
I like asking a guy like Dave, asking a guy like Jen, asking a guy like asking a girl like Jen Finch, asking your mom, even just asking people who've watched all the time. I think there will be value in just going a couple days a week with each show. But I like the Bloomy every morning. That's interesting. So you think stick with Bloomy every morning?
I think Bloomy at 10 is great for now. I think once the world opens up,
once the world opens up, we are going to have a total. I told you when this really opens up, I think it's 1 day a week each show. I think it's a breakfast show once a week. It's a midday show once a week, and it's a night show once a week, and that's it.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to commit to these shows.
Yeah,
every
once
day.
this is because we're in quarantine and we're doing
after
it.
work shows, maybe like a 7 p.m. once a week or something.
Right,
Sure,
but if world opens up, we are truly back to work. Things are normal. No, there's no way this is going like this. But I still think we should keep the shows in some sort of format, like once a week, maybe a start the week with Bloomy. You know,
I think we should also spice it. I think we.
Mike.
What?
Mondays with Moss. Right.
If you're gonna go midday, you got to go midweek with
midday
Moss.
Mondays.
No, see, you know why I kind of like a Monday with Moss, and again, this I'm just throwing because you could recap all your events and everything you did that weekend, all your weddings. You could kind of tell stories.
Shit goes down.
So share photos if you whatever you can.
But it might actually be better from the midday.
Sip the tea.
Right, but it might be better for him to do midweek because it gives him time to put photos together and make a present. Like he can almost do a 5-minute, slideshow every week to show. Because look, the other thing about these shows, right, is in the goal of ultimately these goals is these shows to show what we do and showcase when we get out of, when we get out of quarantine to show value for ourselves. So if Moss has a show. Yes. There should be a segment from Moss to go through and show his events so people watch and go, wow, he does that corporate event. Look at this event he did at Google. This is incredible. Sure. I want to do that.
Right. I'm not going to have any content till January.
and I like the idea of us, like we spoke about, there should be a show where, and maybe it's the midday show, who knows, that once a week where we do broadcast from a restaurant, like out and about. Mm-hmm. Where
that's something I'd like to propose for the coming weeks is we kind of start taking the show on the road, whether it's one of us, two of us, or all of us.
Well, I don't leave my house until they say it's okay, so I'll be home.
All right. Well, Moss, I'm looking at you then. I just think it'd be kind of cool to start as much as you can, as your means allow, certain shows, maybe a breakfast show. I mean, and you've reported from Montalbano's a couple of times. I was in the car. I just think that's cool. I would love to go business to business on Staten Island and just kind of do, doing midday with Moss or doing breakfast with Willie live from Page Plaza Diner or
Page Diner.
My favorite. That's the only reason.
Fries.
Gotham actually has stock in that freaking place where they're all the fucking.
I might as well.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm going to do definitely fresh mozzarella making over at Montalbano's, the wine. But I think we have a couple other things to address that we got to talk about. So from an information standpoint, my partner Mike G is going live at 5:00 on Extents tonight. First time we are broadcasting live from the new Partners in Sound studio. The guys have been working. Hats off to Dave and Billy. I think we have Mike Labasso at 8:00, Joey O or Billy at 9:00, and Joey O at 10.
I think Joey O was last. I think DJ Hitman was in the middle.
So that's that, and we got a big lineup of music this weekend, and guys, we're a week away. We're a week away from Memorial Day, and I think it's time. Yeah. I mean, I had a really interesting meeting with a really interesting conversation with a high up on elected official this morning. This weekend's going to be a big test, and I just want to remind everybody that whatever your beliefs are, we still have to do our part. This person said to me that they're getting a lot of complaints about people not respecting the social distancing, people not wearing masks. All right, listen. You don't want to wear a mask? Don't wear a mask. Just stay 10 feet away from everybody. If you're going to be in close contact with people, wear a mask. That's it. Simple. Just so we can try to, and this particular person said to me, goes, Moss, I feel for you because you're the last one. You know that, right? And I'm like, I got it. I know. So it is what it is. But you are right, guys. Mike Labasso, 8 to 9, DJ Hitman, 9 to 10, and DJ Joey O, 10 to 11. So, and if you go on our Partners in Town Facebook, you will click on the Twitch account, which will slide you over because the Facebook will probably put us in jail. I called my friend Mark, but we got into a little bit of a beef. And
so, why Twitch? You're allowed to do whatever you want.
Well, the copyright infringements. I remember we don't play the songs. There's an argument, cabaret, and you've dealt with this, Mike, when you do an install. So I don't want to get all technical with everybody. But
right.
That's that. I may actually come down and MC a little bit, but
you were doing it the other day.
I had fun the other day, and honestly, after the day I had, it really, it was important because I was really gonna.
Yeah, you needed it, and Mike on the comments made I like Happy Moss, and I have to echo that because that's for sure. You seemed more in your element. I love you said no Gotham After Dark tonight. Okay, thanks.
Well, we were doing the memoranda. Mike G's on at 5:00, I think.
5:00.
Mike G is what time is Mike G tomorrow? 5:00. He's on 5:00 today. So they have a good line play. But
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I mean it's important, guys. Do your part. Go out there. For the record, Montalbano's opened up their door today. We are 98% done with renovations there. We were trying to be 100%. We'll be 100% on Monday.
But you're still only doing 4 people at a time, correct?
4 people at a time. And listen, and it's hard. It's hard to police. People have been respecting it today. Their staff, their cashiers all came back. Everyone came back to work. So I got fired for the second time this month. Yeah, it's they're doing their thing, and they're going to see what happens. If it starts to get crazy, they said, Moss, they didn't tell me they don't need us, but I'll probably be around if they need me to just help police the door.
Nice.
But we shouldn't have to police the door. That's the argument.
Right.
Correct.
But we shouldn't have to, but you're seeing that across the board. That you have to, because it really is, unfortunately, a mixed bag. People don't believe it. Who thinks they shouldn't wear a mask, even though they're being told to, So you're seeing a lot of that all over, and that's why someone has to police it, and it's stupid.
It really does. Like, I was literally, while we were on this live, just watching an Instagram story, and this person I know was just going on a tangent on Instagram saying, if you don't like it, what's going on, don't go out in public. Don't look at me like I'm the asshole because I'm next to you in the store when you want to stand in the middle of the aisle, and like I'll smack that mask right off your face. And it's like, you're just so wrong. Like, every aspect of like consideration and respect for what's going on and respect for other people. Like, how dare you get on Instagram and start ranting like you have anything to say? Like, I just don't get it. It needs to be monitored. I'm happy that a lot of places are saying if you don't wear a mask, you're not allowed in. They do have the right to do that. But at the same time, like, when you're in the store, you're going to have a confrontation with someone because you're not respecting what's going on to everyone else in the world. I don't get it. What do you expect?
And then the argument is, well, if you don't like it, you should stay home and we should go out and be able to.
You should stay home. That's not at all the argument.
That's not the argument. The argument is if we all do our part, we could get back to some sort of normalcy.
Just have some respect for your community. Like, we all live in the same island. Why are we fighting?
So you want to talk? Well, let's talk about some positive, and then we'll talk about some negative. Tonight, the Carl Beanie Fund, fueled by our amazing donors, is sending the 6-by meal for any fireman watching. And if you're working the 6-by tonight, that's the overnight shift. We will be providing dinner for every firehouse on Staten Island as a thank you for being our first responders. So just a little FYI out there. So that's it on that. Second, talk about doing your part, right? So I received an email today, and I'm trying not to ruin my day too much. And I hope everyone enjoys the Partners in Town PSA because it's going to be really good this week.
Who wrote it?
Hello. What?
Who wrote it?
Moss.
No, Mike Labasso and I did it. So, hi, Moss. Spoke to so-and-so. You need to call her. Client is demanding refund for cancellation of her event August 1st. She does not want to reschedule. She's over having a party. Want their money back. Good luck. So, your party is 3 months away. You want your money back. It's not even, and you know, I get you're upset. I get you're frustrated. I get all of that. But just so you know, legally, we're only in audience until June. You have no obligation to, not no obligation. You have no right to demand that. Why don't you want the party anymore? Like it's stuff like this that frustrates me.
Right.
Turn around and pick up the phone and say, "Listen, we had a tragedy in our family due to COVID. We're deferring having an event. I can go to my partners and speak to them." You turn around and the venue, God forbid, burnt down in a massive fire last night. We're not going to rebook. It's just not. But why not give us the opportunity to do our jobs? You got anything? Because I don't. It's really unfair. I don't want you to reschedule or cancel. I just want to go to work. But why can't you let me have a good time and do what I'm good at when we're able to open?
Right.
Are most people citing financial difficulties because of COVID? Because one or both people are unemployed because of COVID? Is that what's the overall, like, if you filled out a survey, 35 people said this, 20 people said this?
I don't know. I don't know.
The mixed bag.
Most people.
One day,
a
little hot.
I spoke to a couple of clients today that postponed. They asked me my opinion. They postponed. They were okay with it. But why not be nice? Hey, we decided not to have our party anymore. We understand our money is not refundable. Can we do something else with it? Maybe I do a little something in my house. Can I call you in 6 months? This and that. I want a refund. It's just
so so now I got it. So you're saying people aren't even giving you that opportunity to discuss. And hold on a second. Let's talk about this. Let's not make it totally a moot point here. Let's come to a terms where we can use this money that you've given me as do something in lieu of for now, or in addition to, like, be creative with what you have. Give us a chance to be creative and put on something cool that's memorable instead of just canceling it altogether. That's your point.
That's my point. Support your local business. Support your first responders. How about you?
Hey, did you see I sent it to the both of you, Christine. I got to start sending this graduation stuff to you because I think you'll find it kind of cool. Do you see what that one father did in Nashville, Tennessee?
I saw the link. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Called upon the local Partners in Sound in Tennessee. Now, granted, I don't know what that cost. I can't imagine it wasn't $100. I can't imagine it wasn't $500. He set up a little stage with a podium, with speakers, with chairs, with a bunch of doohickeys and decorations, celebrating their son or daughter's graduation with speakers filled with the commencement, filled with punk service, and got crafty with it. Social distance, the whole 9 yards, but did something. So is your point, hey, listen, don't cancel it. Don't just expect your money back. Let's talk about it. What can we do as an alternative that's safe? Number one, because that's number one, is safety is first. But safe, but creative and still memorable for them.
Well, this was cool, but he just did a basic, small little graduation for some immediate.
Right. But I'm providing you an example of what you might be able to provide, or something that someone can do a little bit. Yeah, right.
How about this? You don't want to have your big party anymore? Why not? I just don't want to have it anymore. That hurts. You don't want to have your party anymore because you and your husband had to close your family business due to COVID. Okay, let's try to figure something out. Most people demanding refunds are not having any financial issue, in my opinion. Everyone's having a financial issue, but are
most people rescheduling that you deal with at this point?
99% of them are. But
so this is just like an underlier, like
what happened?
This is just kind of like an underlier, like that. Just kind of
just like, why is your family more important than mine?
I get it.
That's all I'm asking for. Like, I'm not a bad guy. Let me, you don't want a DJ? No problem. Let me send you a photo booth. You don't want a photo booth? I don't know. Can you make me a really cool, I got some old videos. Can you make me like take my old VHSs and put them to DVD? I don't know. It's not that I need your money, but I want your money. I want to put Chris, you laugh, but I want to put I want to put my men back to work.
Yeah. I get
There's
it.
nothing for them to do.
Yeah.
Half of them showed up.
It's all the way in August. I mean, there's plenty of time to worry about that.
I have a problem with that. August, there should be no expectation of a refund or that, this isn't happening. I just want my money back now. That I definitely don't agree with.
Did Partners in Sound kind of instill some sort of crisis pandemic thing to go about, cancellations and reschedule? Like if it's 2 months from the day that we're able to reopen, you're not allowed, we're going to work with you. But if it's within the next 30 days, we'll deal with it,
This is our stance on it. If you can, right? Technically speaking, okay. Number one, we always want to be at the law or above the law.
Yeah.
My contract pre-COVID-19 is bulletproof.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take deposits. We take non-refundable retainers. Number one, if you cancel me within 180 days of the date of your event, you pay me in full. 180 more, you pay me half of what you owe me. So it's very simple. Prior to this, you have a $5,000 party. A year ago, you gave me $1,000. 6 months later, you gave me $2,000, and then 2 weeks before, you give me the other $2,000. A month before, you're paying me in full. You want to yell, curse, and scream? We go to court. We get paid every day. Every time we go, we get paid.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do you a favor. You owe me $2,000. I'm gonna have to give the attorney $800. Send me a check for $1,000, and I'm out of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, per COVID, you gave me a deposit. I don't want to have my party no more. I'm canceled. No problem. You want me to get you out of your contract? I don't want $1. We'll cancel the contract right now. You want to postpone? Your money's good here till whenever you want to have your party. What else could I do?
Yeah.
Someone suggested to me maybe offering, credit. Okay, Todd, you gave me $1,000. Here's $1,000 credit towards Partners in Sound. What could I do with it? I don't know. Should we allow you to sell it on eBay? Are we going to get into that? My cousin has you booked next year. Maybe I should give you the credit. You slide the money over to. We could try that. The thing is this: we just want to work. Yes, Joe Russo.
Pro show. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to moon us.
It's a midday.
I was nervous for a second, but it's the last show of the week. You can do anything.
No, I get it, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. Just work with it. Just and listen. I had one gentleman. He his business was directly. He's in the limo business.
Ooh.
He's like, listen, I may not be able to have the party. Number one, because we may not be able to have it. Number two, I'm out of business right now. A guy like that. I mean, I'm in the same industry as him. I understand what he's going through. He's like, I'm not canceling yet. Let's see. Hopefully we rebound. A guy like that in June or July says, hey, listen, the party's in a couple of weeks. I just can't swing it. My wife and I are going to reschedule. Okay, when are you going to reschedule for? Next year? All right. If me giving you back your money or me working something out with you is going to mean you putting food on the table for your family or not, I think that's an exception to the rule.
Right.
But unfortunately, Todd, in our business, I've been lied to, beat up, chewed up, spit out, and
bamboozled, swindled, just like Ja Rule.
I've had people turn around and tell me that the guest of honor was terminally ill just to get out of their contracts.
Yikes. You can't do that. You can't lie about death. That's like a big no-no in my book.
Yeah,
you can't get out of contracts by lying about death. That's only karma that's going to come back around and bite you in the ass.
Too much. Yeah.
So
that's insane.
That's fucked up.
Mike, can you imagine my fiance and I, we're just going to go to City Hall, we didn't get great news. We're just going to go to City Hall. We're going to hope for the best, but chances are, he or she's probably not going to make it.
Right. And then you find out they're lying.
Well, you see it on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
Not good. Bad look.
That's messy.
Right, and then and they ruin it for everybody because then you become cynical of every. So now someone's fiance might really be dying, and you're like, yeah, a bunch of lying.
It's the boy who cried wolf syndrome.
Mike, you know how many times I look and I'll see one of my competitors. They're a party at the Hilton. And I look and I'm like, wow, I do a lot of work at the Hilton. I wonder why that client didn't use us. You look at the notes. We met with the client. Client said everything was great, loved us. Due to financial obligation, due to financial issues, no longer having the party canceled. Yeah, party's not canceled. Just be honest. We didn't like your services. We thought you were overpriced. We thought you weren't as good as the other guy.
Right.
Give me feedback. Yes. It might not be what I want to hear, but I'm going to respect your opinion.
Give me that closure. Give me the freaking reason. You deserve that. Yeah. Agreed. I feel the same way. I have an example of that as well. Why not me? Why not? What happened?
Right.
Well, Todd, if I turned around, so if they're honest, would you do the right thing? Honest, Spinato, Anthony, if they're honest and you can prove it, sure, why not? I had a gentleman demand a refund last week. They're both city workers. Has your paycheck been affected?
No. They're still getting paid.
If not, they're getting overtime as well.
Well, listen, overtime is a whole something call. Maybe some people are, maybe some people aren't. But Mike, turn around. I'm over this whole party thing. I just don't want to do it.
Right.
You're burning it for the person that really needs that refund to get past.
We're at 350.
Right, and
just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I just saw it.
Thank you, Todd. So yeah, no, it's crazy, right? Like we were having this conversation yesterday. Like we have a deposit down at a restaurant for my daughter's communion that was supposed to be in May, and then we moved to July.
What
restaurant? I said Giovanni's. I know the Voldem wrap, but I said we were talking about Nicole. I said no matter what we do, I would never ask for a refund because that money that deposit was giving a month, 2 months, at this point 4 months ago, has been used. So if anything, even if the party's not going to happen, I'm just going to say we're going to come in for dinner one night with my family and do a small dinner, or that's it. Like we've already made that decision. Like Grab told me in the past, I'll give you the deposit back. No, I won't. No matter what,
I'm going to tell you,
use that.
Even if you came in and you sat with somebody and you were serviced and you left a 20% deposit. Wasn't there a cost for you to come in? Wasn't there a cost for someone to answer the phone? Wasn't there a cost for someone to make sure that the bathroom had toilet paper in it? Wasn't there a cost for you to be greeted at the door? Wasn't there a cost for you to come in a liability, a risk management of making sure the building was insured? Wasn't there a cost to put the electric on? Wasn't there a cost to put the heat on? Wasn't there a cost for someone to sit with you? Wasn't there a cost for someone to file your contract? Wasn't there a cost for someone to deposit your contract? So you should never demand the full refund.
Right, no. And like I said, we're not even going to, I'll use it there, right? They should get the money.
And someone said to me, hey, listen, I left you $1,000. I don't want to have this party no more. I'm over this whole thing. My wife's driving me crazy. COVID-19, this and that. Can you just send me back $500 and I'm out of your hair? I'd be like, you sure I can't really help you reschedule? But you didn't do nothing for me. You didn't send the DJ. You got to send me back your money. Yeah, you're not going to get that way. That would be.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's a demand like that too.
Yeah, that's how people talk.
Deposits are non-refundable.
Deposits are refundable. Retainers are not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I remember I asked that and you came right back at me, Moss. I think I asked it last week. I was like, what do you call them? And he said, no, not deposits. They are retainers. That's an excellent. Gotcha.
there you
Well,
go.
I
Okay.
agree. The cost of doing business is the burden of the business owner. So then, why do we do warehouse prep, Joe Russo?
Well, I feel like there's a second part of it. While I agree, the cost of doing business is the burden of the business owner. Yes,
There's the second part.
I know. Well, I'm waiting.
So what if your paycheck is solely driven on commissions, and now you have to, right? Solely driven on your commission-based employee. You book a job, okay? And we don't use the word commission here. We incentive.
We get it.
Incentive.
Incentivize.
I'm like a stuttering.
I won't even try that word. Don't worry.
So, because I feel that it's important to bonus staff for taking the time to meet with a client, not to just raise the bill. I'm a big advocate of not raising the bill. So, hear me out. Now, this person that's been out of work has to somehow, so we're going to decide to refund everybody. You were paid a commission. Now, should that salesperson, should their in bonus come back?
Who has a kid? Just out of curiosity.
There's a kid next door outside yelling. My next door neighbor's 4-year-old.
I'm like, who now
Go
has a
out there.
kid?
Just shut the hell up. Just give him.
It's
Right.
my next door neighbor. He's adorable. He's playing with bubbles.
Don't you know Moss doesn't like that? Moss is not a fan of the kids.
You know what?
So now, Mas,
Let me tell you.
let me just ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Mas. When you give your employees quote unquote commission incentives,
We don't commission. We don't
Do you-
do commissions.
yeah, incentives. So do you give it to them? See, like when I offer commission to my salespeople, just like I pay them very well, but I give them a little extra because I always feel like if they're gonna make a little extra, they're gonna push the job. So I basically give them a discount of what they're allowed to pass off to the customer.
Typical Gotham guy.
But I
No internet.
say that
Todd, welcome to what we deal with every day with you and him.
he's all frozen.
He just saw.
Okay.
We're frozen. We're not frozen. You're frozen.
I'm
buddy.
doing well.
No, I know. So how am I now? Am I better?
Hey, does the Nest cost $150 for two of them?
No, 300 for two.
So, Mas, the question is, do you pay them that incentive at the end of the job or once they
So
make the sale?
I think what he's trying. So we do it at point of sale, right? So
Everybody's frozen.
I'm
right.
I'm a salesman. Okay, I sell. I don't want to wait until 2 years from now. I did my job now. Let me.
Right.
So typically, if an event canceled, if it's one or two, I take it on the chin. But if you're going to have multiple,
You have to.
I take it on the chin. I look the other way. But if there's a
Right.
situation,
But if you already paid these guys, you can't ask them for their money back. You know what I mean? Like I do it at the end of the job. Like
Yeah, you have to
make
do it at
job
the
and
end.
It's like it ensures that they follow through. You follow through when the order goes in. You follow through when we send the guys out to do the job. You follow through to the end, and then you get your commission or incentive for that job.
In real
But
estate, you
already
don't get
paid
paid
them,
until the
then
deal is
that's it.
closed.
It's like,
Checks is signed, cash
business owner is
delivered.
SOL. You know what I mean? Because you already paid them. You're not going to go to somebody that's just working for you off a commission and say, "Hey, I'm going to need that money back. That sale didn't go through."
well,
you know what I mean?
guys, it could be reversed. The agreement is with the team that it could be reversed. It's just you're hurting someone else down the line. That's all. That's all the point.
100%. Right.
Joe Russo, Moss, if you pay out incentives, commissions, and then have to refund the sale, I think that the salesperson has already performed their duty. So the loss would be, unfortunately, come out of the business profit. Yeah,
That's
Joe,
true.
I think you should call Frankie. You're lucky he's on two wheels because I think you'd probably get a couple of choice words on that one.
Right. No, the salesperson didn't do the job because the job wasn't complete. So it's like, I understand, like, things out of their control that happens, but if you have someone that's working off a commission, they're getting paid very well. They're getting paid, good numbers than being on a full-time employee. So
Macy's, do we consider Macy's a rather large business?
Yep.
Macy's shoe department. If the shoe is returned within 30 days, the commission goes back. It gets reversed out of your paycheck.
Yep. My mom
Right,
works
but
at
Macy's
That
is
happens
also
all the time.
paying them by hour, also on top of the commission.
Yeah, it's
So you
not
have to
solely
make a
commission.
stand on take
Whoa,
that
whoa,
money
whoa,
back.
whoa, 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 whoa. Mike, my staff gets paid by hour on top of their commission also.
Yeah.
So then the
No,
commission
I
refund won't hurt
I
as bad.
understand what you're saying. I'm just saying it's harder. It's harder to give them the commission, and then when the sale doesn't come through, to take it back.
When that's all
I'm
that they
saying.
make.
I'm saying it's like that's
But
why
if
I
you're
wait
getting
until the
paid,
completion of
if
the
you're
show.
getting paid an hourly rate for your time and you're being incentivized by bonuses, and now those events go away, should you give back the bonus? It's a good question.
I think it's a great question. It all depends on how you run your business, and I feel like in a situation like now, listen, in a situation like now where there's no control, it's out of your control, it's out of the salesperson's control to actually throw this party, right? Nobody messed up, right? It's not like your salesperson didn't call a certain person and the party is done and it's his fault. So I think at that point it's really up to an agreement that you make with your sales guys. You said 1-2 parties okay, but right now all your parties are canceled. And you can't be paying.
See, Mike, you're jumping out. Not all of them. Some, a very small portion of them. And the topic of conversation comes in of that you're just working with people, right? And people should just, instead of being so aggravated and saying, I'm over this, I'm just canceling, postpone. What's the big deal?
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. Where am I going? I'm going to keep your deposit.
Exactly.
Right. Eventually, you have to get married, right? You have to have a party. You need me to throw your party, So it's like let me just hold on to it, and it's found money at the end of the day. It's like we go and do it a year.
Mike, we're after 4. We want to end at 4, and I have one picture we need to show. What's the most unacceptable thing to do on a Zoom?
Show your face if your name's Anthony Rapachula.
What's wrong with that?
Aww,
I was watching the baby.
Did you know I took that picture?
I didn't know you took it. That you sent it to me though.
I know. I thought that was funny.
No, I didn't. I liked it. The whole meeting I had her. Nicole was upstairs taking a shower. I was watching my 2 kids.
How could you get mad at a head like that?
Ha! True.
I thought it was funny. I said, Mike's like, let me turn off my screen because of the fact that Mas doesn't like kids. What did you say last night?
No, I told everyone in the Zoom. I'm like, oh, Mas is here. Please make sure your kids are put away. He doesn't want to hear them. He doesn't want to see them. And he doesn't like dogs either. So please make sure the dogs are quiet. We gave everyone the breakdown.
I'm just making a comment. And my comment is if we're having a meeting, you wouldn't bring your child to 42nd and 7th on the 82nd floor. Huh. You wouldn't bring your dog to the conference room. Don't bring your kid to the Zoom.
It's different.
It's not different.
Everyone's adapting. Got to do what you got to do. Christina, thanks for the Instagram post. Really made me look like a clown.
It was the best timing for a picture.
How do I look? I didn't see it.
We both have female glasses on.
Well, I had a filter on, but it was an X. I just took a screenshot of Midday with Masa and posted it on Instagram. But the second I took it, Todd was just saying something and doing something. It was just funny. It was unintentional, but it came out okay.
Well done. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
That's about it. So we're after 4:00. Glad to see Tom Bannis. Tom, I thought the show was at 7 tonight, and now I see it's at 8:00.
Yeah.
I thought he said 7.
He did say 7.
8:00, $500 giveaway on PokerStars.
But he said 7:00.
He told me 8. I posted in the Staten Island Strong.
Yesterday he said 7. Is Michael gone?
He's dead.
He's done. Take him
He's gone.
He's gone. So no Gotham tonight. Next.
Nope. Partisan Sound tonight.
We got the PISP. That's really it.
I'm a PIMP. I don't know what you heard about me. Sorry.
Already.
He says he did that for rap because he usually starts at 7.
Oh, if it was at 7, I would have been on your show.
Yeah, if you do it at 7, he'll be on. All right, let's end this show, guys. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend,
Weekend,
everybody.
guys. Enjoy the weather.
Peace.